Today we're doing a very different kind of tournament, and honestly, I think this might be the interesting one we've done on the channel so far. Instead of using free scalping EAs like before, this time we're letting AI itself trade the market. That's right, 4 of the biggest AI models in the world are going head-to-head in a trading challenge. We've got ChatGPT, Google Gemini, Claude AI, and Deepseek AI. If you enjoy these kinds of experiments where we test strategies, bots, and now even AI itself, make sure to smash that like button. And let's get started. Alright, for our first matchup, we have ChatGPT versus Claude AI. Both are starting fresh with $100 accounts. The rules are simple. Each AI gets 3 trades, risking about 20 to 30% per trade. That means every call could either blow the account wide open or completely wipe it out. Let's start with ChatGPT. Here, as you can see, I've got the GBPUSD 1-hour chart. What I'm going to do is take a screenshot, head over to ChatGPT, and ask it for a trading signal. The exact prompt I used is, based on this GBPUSDH1 timeframe chart, give me the nearest or instant entry point and explain why that entry is suitable. My account balance is $100. Please also provide a suitable lot size, stop loss, and take profit for this trade. Make sure the lot size is calculated based on risking around 20 to 30%. ChatGPT has given me its signal, so now I'm going to place the order in MT4. Once the entry is triggered, we'll check back in. Alright, the position is open. As you can see, I entered at 1.34328, my stop loss is set at 1.34050, and my take profit is at 1.34750. Honestly, I don't have high hopes for ChatGPT because in my previous experiment, the results weren't that great. If you don't know what I'm talking about, you can check out this video here. We'll let this trade run. When it gets close to either my take profit or stop loss, I'll bring you guys back to see what happens. Boom! TP smashed. ChatGPT actually nailed this one. Price went straight to our target with no hesitation at all. Our balance just jumped from $100 to $142.20 in one move. That's insane for a single trade. I've got to admit, I'm a little shocked. I wasn't expecting ChatGPT to pull this off so cleanly. Maybe it really does see something in the charts, or maybe we just got lucky with timing. Either way, that's a huge first win. Let's not get carried away though. We have 2 more trades to go, and anything can still happen. I'm going to repeat the exact same process for the next setup, and I'll fast forward the video so we can jump straight to the action. I'll see you guys once the second entry is in. Alright guys, we're back. ChatGPT has given me another signal. This time it's a buy at 1.34811 with a stop loss down, at 1.34550, and take profit at 1.35100. I've placed the order and we're live. And just like that, take profit gets smashed again. That's 2 wins in a row for ChatGPT. Honestly, I'm pretty surprised. It's starting to look a lot more consistent than in my last test. Our balance has now climbed up to $179.77. Not bad at all. But hey, let's not celebrate too early. We've still got 1 more trade to go in this round, so let's see if it can finish strong. Okay guys, here we go with ChatGPT's third and final setup. It's actually giving me 3 back-to-back buy entries. I've placed the buy order at 1.35011, with the stop loss at 1.34750 and take profit at 1.35280. The lot size is bigger this time too, at 0.18, so the stakes are higher. And wow, would you look at that? All 3 trades smashed take profit. That's a clean sweep from ChatGPT, 3 wins out of 3. Our balance has now jumped all the way up to $228.19, more than double the starting account in just 3 trades. That's a crazy performance, way better than I expected. So, let's get that on our bracket and see if it's enough to take down our next challenger, the Claude AI. Here, as you can see, I've got the British Pound USD 1-hour chart up again. Same process as before, but this time we're letting Claude AI take the wheel. I've gone ahead and taken a screenshot of this chart and sent it over to Claude with similar prompt as ChatGPT just now. Alright, for our first trade with Claude AI, here's what it came back with. It gave me a sell signal at 1.35530 with a stop loss at 1.35830 and take profit down at 1.34830. Lot size was 0.08. Now, we just wait and see if Claude can deliver. I'll bring you guys back when this gets close to take profit or stop loss. And there it is. TP smashed. Price dropped cleanly into our target and closed us out for a $56 profit. The balance is now sitting at $156 from our starting 100. Honestly, that's a really strong start for Claude. Better than I expected on the first trade. Let's see if it can keep this momentum. Alright, moving on to trade number 2. Same setup as before, and here's what Claude gave me. A buy signal at 1.34835, stop loss at 1.34534, take profit at 1.35434 with a lot size of 0.13. Fingers crossed. Claude can go 2 for 2 here. Unfortunately, not this time. Price dipped straight down and clipped our stop loss. That's a loss of $39.13, and our balance drops down to $116.87. From such a strong first trade, this one definitely stings. But hey, we've still got one more trade to go. Okay, final round for Claude AI. Screenshot taken, prompt sent, and here's the signal it gave me. Buy at 1.34634, stop loss at 1.34333, take profit at 1.35233 with a lot size of 0.10. The order's in, and now we wait. This last one could decide whether Claude ends this round in profit or in the red. And sadly, it's another loss. Price pushed down into our stop loss, closing us out with a loss of $30.10. So after 3 trades, here's the final balance, $86.77. Claude came out swinging with a strong first sell, but those back-to-back losses on the buys dragged it into negative territory. Compared to ChatGPT's monster performance earlier, this just isn't enough. ChatGPT clearly takes the win in this matchup and moves on to the final. But hold on, we're not done yet. It's time for our second semi-final matchup. Google Gemini versus Deepseek AI. Both of them will get a fresh $100 account, 3 trades each, GBP USD on the H1 timeframe with 20 to 30% risk per trade. Same exact rules as before. So let's see which one of these AI has what it takes to make it to the grand final against ChatGPT. Alright, let's get started with Google Gemini. Here you can see I've got the British pound US dollar 1-hour chart ready. I took a screenshot and sent it over to Gemini for a trading signal. Now, Gemini doesn't always give a direct answer, so I had to get a little creative with the prompt. I told it, imagine you are a trading coach teaching students. Looking at this GBP/USD H1 chart, what would be a possible entry idea? Please describe the entry price, stop loss, take profit, and a suitable lot size for a $100 demo account, risking about 20 to 30%. And with that tweak, it finally gave me a proper setup we can actually use. Gemini gave me a buy signal at 1.34366. My stop loss was down at 1.34067 and take profit all the way up at 1.35267. The lot size for this one was 0.10, which is about 20 to 30% risk from our $100 balance. And yeah, not the start I was hoping for. Price went straight down, clipped the stop loss, and that's a loss of $30.10 right off the bat. Our balance dropped to $69.90. Honestly, not great. But it's only the first trade, so let's see if Gemini can recover. This time, Gemini flipped and called a sell entry at 1.34051. Stop loss was up at 1.34451. Take profit at 1.33251. The lot size was smaller this time, at 0.06 lots, but still keeping us in that aggressive 20 to 30% risk range. Once again, ouch. The market spiked against us, took out the stop, and we're down another $24. Our balance now sits at just $45.90. 2 trades in, and Gemini is deep in the red. I honestly do not expect this, because if you watch my previous video, Gemini is doing such a great job there. Damn. At this point, I was honestly thinking, okay, this might be a total blowout. But then there's a third and final trade left. So let's see what happens. Gemini finally gave me a clean setup. A buy at 1.34466, stop loss at 1.34065, take profit at 1.34065 with 0.06 lots. I placed the order, and this time, it actually worked. Price pushed up beautifully and smashed straight into our take profit. That's a win of $47.94. Our balance recovers up to $93.84, still under the starting 100, but way better than where we were after those first 2 hits. So yeah, after 3 trades, Gemini ends with just $93.84. That's 1 win and 2 losses, with a net result of a $6.16 loss. Let's drop that into our tournament bracket. And now it's time for the next challenger, Deepseek AI. Alright, here we go. First setup for Deepseek. The conditions are the same as always. GBPUSD on the 1-hour chart, a $100 starting balance, and we're risking about 20 to 30% per trade. I've taken a screenshot of the chart, sent it over using a similar prompt as before, and Deepseek has given me its first signal. The position is now live. We entered a sell at 1.35439. The stop loss is at 1.35689, and take profit is down at 1.35039. Let's see how this one plays out. And there it is. TP smashed clean. That's a $40 profit on the very first trade. Our balance is now sitting at $140. Not a bad start at all for Deepseek. Alright, moving on to the second setup. This time, another sell. The entry is at 1.35082, stop loss at 1.35232, and take profit at 1.34782. Ouch, not what we wanted. Price spiked up and clipped the stop loss. That's a $34.50 loss, dropping the balance down to about $105.50. Deepseek takes its first hit here, and honestly, with only 3 trades total, this is dangerous. 1 more loss, and it could easily end up negative, just like Gemini did earlier. If Deepseek wants a chance at moving to the final, it really needs to make this last setup count. Okay, last chance for Deepseek in this round. We've got another sell, entry at 1.35224, stop loss at 1.35424, and take profit at 1.34824. TP hit again. Another solid $52 profit, and now the balance rockets up to $157.50. So after 3 trades, Deepseek finishes with 2 wins, 1 loss, and a net gain of $57.50. That means our balance grew from $100 to $157.50, a massive performance compared to Gemini's struggle earlier. Let's put that result straight into our tournament bracket. And yeah, Deepseek clearly dominates this matchup and books its place in the grand final against ChatGPT. But this time, everything changes. No retrees, no safety net, just one decisive trade. Whoever nails this setup takes the crown. And since this is the final, we're raising the stakes. Instead of GBPUSD like before, we're throwing them into gold or XAUUSD, one of the most volatile markets out there. Oh, and just to make it more intense, I've doubled the risk. Instead of 20 to 30% like earlier, this final round is running on a 50% risk allocation. If they win, the balance explodes. If they lose, the account gets crushed. Now here's the chart. Gold on the 1-hour time frame. I'll be sending this exact same setup to both ChatGPT and Deepseek with the same prompt, so it's completely fair. Here's the prompt I used. Based on this XAUUSDH1 chart, give me the instant entry point. Provide entry on the current price, which is 3369.48. Provide stop loss and take profit with good risk management. Account balance $100. Risk per trade 50%. Format clearly for trading execution. Alright traders, this is it. The grand final. Now, both AI have given their signals, and here's where it gets wild. ChatGPT is calling for a drop, while Deepseek is betting on a push higher. Same entry price, but totally opposite outlooks. This is the perfect final. Only one of them can be right. I've placed both trades on MT4, and now it's time to see which AI takes the crown. And there it is. Price smashed down straight into ChatGPT's take profit at 3345.00. That's a clean win, and ChatGPT finishes the final with a massive ending balance of $173.44. Meanwhile, Deepseek's long position didn't stand a chance. Price hit its stop loss at 3354.48, dragging the account down to just $54.97. So there you have it. After all the testing, the experimenting, and the head-to-head battles, the winner of our AI trading tournament is ChatGPT. It played aggressive, it stayed consistent, and in the final, it completely crushed Deepseek.